I tell you, take it as it is, and that's it. If you want to do the research, it's out there. You can find it. You can find exactly how it's being done. Oh, somebody called the SEC, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. You do you, I do me, we don't do each other. So, giant love, and tell me what your feeling is on social media on all this, because somebody's like, lose anger. I'm actually quite fucking happy. There's a lot of things going down. I got 83 fucking days before I sue the government for like $50 million. I don't know, but that makes me fucking kind of happy. Please understand something. People don't understand. Oh, transparency is not in. Public reporting of the transparency is not in. Google it or contact anybody you want on the street, and you're going to see exactly that information has already been sent out there. But they got to get it to all the people, collect that information. They got to package it in the format that it goes to the SEC. It's not done in 2 seconds like you people think, instant gratification. Because today the SEC turned around and boop, effective immediately.
You know, I gotta say, for a guy that's been talking about this March 3rd transparency ruling with the SEC for a couple weeks now, I know personally I'd be pretty upset if here we are 7 days in since that rule was possibly implemented and we haven't seen any results yet. I just find it funny that here we are on the cusp of glory, and all this person can think about is, I don't want to buy any crypto coins. Why isn't ARON paying for Vegas? And I'm about to settle with the government for tens of millions of dollars. I don't know. Me personally, all I'd be doing is being excited that we are in this time period where we're about to squeeze because of transparency, thanks to Gary Gensler and the SEC. So we're going to get into that, a couple other subjects. I want to talk about the crypto coin itself, the dilution of AMC. Would that possibly cause a MOASS? And I also want to talk about the nickel short. If you're one of my subs, try to make it to the end of the video. I definitely want to make sure you guys get this information. All right, but before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
cue the speeder.
Okay, guys, real quick, before we get into AMC and them issuing their own cryptocurrency, just in case you didn't know, today is Wednesday, March 9th, 2022. And I also know I got a bunch of subscribers in the last few days. So if you did hit that subscribe button, welcome. Just to let you know, I have a background in investigative journalism, but I'm also a retail investor. I have a heavy position in AMC, smaller position in GME. On this channel, we don't do dates, times, or prices, never have. But on this channel, we do talk any news that is AMC or AMC related, and we also cover broader subjects from across the market and the world. With that being said, let's talk about AMC's cryptocurrency. Now, my good friend Tony Dinero has done multiple videos on this, and I'm actually going to put a link down in the description to the video that he put out from Monday. I'm not going to elaborate too heavily on this because it has been covered by a lot of people, obviously. But me personally, having a position in AMC, I like to know what's going on. So last Wednesday, ARON went on CNBC, and he had an interview where he said that the movie theater is possibly looking into creating its own token. He went on to say there are a lot of reasons why AMC would be a successful issuer of cryptocurrency as well as redeemer of cryptocurrency. That's just one of a half dozen ideas that we're working on right now. While ARON did not clarify further, the executive has embraced digital assets, particularly during the height of the pandemic, as his company was propelled to meme stock status. I know there's people out there who are doubting about this crypto and they don't want to spend any more money or put any more money into AMC. They feel like they've done enough. At the same time that we're trying to do DD and fix this corruption, fix the manipulation, we also need to keep in mind that the stock needs to stay relevant. There needs to be news behind it. There needs to be excitement. If we're ever going to start getting FOMO again in volume so we can start to potentially trigger that MOASS, then we need to be keeping up with current events. And issuing your own cryptocurrency is genius. We've talked about it many times on this channel, and all we want to do is use that AMC issued crypto coin to pay for things we would normally go to the theater to pay for anyways. So when you're buying your ticketing concessions, instead of using SHIB or Doge, which I believe they're going online with that on March 13th in just a week, instead of using those, you would use your AMC coin, and they could take some of those coins, stick them to the side, and let them appreciate, and then use the money from that to pay down some debt, maybe knock it off completely, and then AMC can start talking about getting profitable again, and then we can start talking about things like dividends and all the other good stuff that comes with a company being able to become profitable again. It's definitely going to keep the shorts on their heels, and I'm sure they're already talking about this news as it came out last week. Okay, moving on. So as you guys know, I don't upload every day unless it's very important, only because just like a lack of information is bad, too much information that is just going to confuse you can also be bad. So I didn't elaborate or make a video last night about any of this, but I do want to address it now. A lot of people reached out, and apparently this all stems from this gentleman Rico's video where he talks about diluting AMC back in January and June caused run-ups. And looking into it a little deeper, I went back to look and see, did GameStop do the same thing? And if it did, maybe we got something here. But unfortunately, every time GameStop has added shares, we have not had a huge run-up. It has not squeezed. So while it could be possibly a good theory that that's what happened, I know personally, I don't want any more shares added to the market right now for AMC. We already somehow magically added another 3 million since the last earnings call that none of us can seem to figure out where they came from. And the other thing is they still have 1.8 billion right now in dry powder. And until they've used some of that money in the war chest that they've already killed the stock a couple times, there is no logical reason that you would dump more shares onto the market right now when you have all that money sitting around in your back pocket. And even if they wanted to add some shares, that's going to come through us first. We do have to vote on that, and I don't see that happening. It's never happened in the past. I don't see it happening now. Before I forget, I was on Twitter last night, and I happened to be scrolling through and just looking at some of the comments and some of the tweets, and I noticed this comment I'm putting up on the screen right now. It blows my mind that we're this deep into the play for now what? It's been over a year since Robinhood decided to take away the buy button, along with many other of the brokers that are out there allowing retail to trade supposedly for free. Why any retail investors would still be on any of these brokerage apps that are using payment for order flow when you don't have to be, I'll never understand. I try to remember to bring this up at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. Guys, if you want to get proactive and you don't like payment for order flow, we don't have to wait around for the SEC. You can get off these brokerage apps, find a broker like I did back in September with Fidelity, and go to Active Trader Pro and go lit to the exchange and skip right over Citadel and Virtu. And I recommend that to anyone out there if you're really looking for change and you want to end the corruption. That's a good way to start. All right, guys, so if you made it this far in the video, you're probably more than likely one of my subs. And I want to talk to you guys directly about what happened yesterday with this nickel squeeze. I just want you guys to be aware of the conditions that were at play when this squeeze started to happen. Now, I don't know why people were going short on nickel in the middle of an EV craze, supposedly, that we're in. This company from China, Tsinghang Holding, was looking at losing about $8 billion on Monday. They were short, apparently very heavy, and the exchange suspended trading after prices more than doubled to briefly top $100,000 a ton for the first time ever as international sanctions against Russia triggered a short squeeze in the market. Any trades on Tuesday before the halt will be canceled. Now, I'm not trying to put the fear of God into you guys, but I just want you to see what happened yesterday when they thought like they were losing control of the situation. They halted trading and dropped the price down to the previous price from the day before. So anyone that was long got screwed over. Just keep this in the back of your mind when we're thinking about AMC and our short squeeze. Just keep in mind that depending how volatile the stock becomes, how violent this squeeze actually is, this is the type of effery they might try to play on us again, as they already did last January. Just something to keep in the back of your mind, and just make sure you have a good support network is all I'm trying to say. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go for tonight. Don't forget, 9 o'clock live stream will be on, and we'll be talking about everything so far that's happened this week. We'll address some of the issues that people are having across the community. I'm actually headed to a speech right now by someone up here who is running for Congress, and someone I support and believe in. And I'm hoping that this relationship eventually leads to us getting some legislation passed in the House. And so I'll update you guys when I come back tonight on what's going on. As always, thank you to all my viewers, my commenters, my likers, my new subscribers, my OGs. I appreciate each and every one of you. We are here to break the wheel. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.